Hey everyone, the Motivational Professor here, and welcome to a quick analysis on crude oil inside of our members area. We gave some parameters this morning, so let's jump right into it. And I'm actually going to work a little backwards. So I'm going to actually start on the 15-minute chart because I want to kind of show you what is happening right now with price action. Okay, so we have Fibonacci levels that we set based on the swing high. Okay. And then we had price react in some of these levels right here. So this morning after the bell opened, we came down to this key area of about 77.50. Again, we usually talk about, the importance of every 50 when it comes to crude oil. 50, the dollar mark, 50, the dollar mark in both directions, right? That tends to be a nice area, even though we had established a stronger area of support a little bit below it, right? And this is like the biggest thing that I think that traders need to understand is, are you willing to get in for a smaller lot size, maybe 10 or 15 points higher than an actual zone because you're okay. You're not going to over leverage and you're not going to over trade, right? Zones are not an exact science. They're an area. So when you see something like this, being put in the chart, right, with this blue arrow, this area here, it could really fall anywhere within that area. But if it stops short of here, sometimes we do miss the trade. Okay. Sometimes we do miss the trade by 5 or 10 points, and that's okay. Right. So that's just part of the business of trading. We're always not going to get in with a zero drawdown, as opposed to, for example, earlier today, I kind of talked about this Fibonacci level in this area. Well, price came below it, right? For traders like myself who don't over leverage, I stayed in the game because I knew that there was another zone fairly close by, and I would get a second entry here to make up for a huge lot size that many folks would do here, blow their accounts. So I think this is the psychology of the trading that I think a lot of people don't understand. If you're going to trade crude oil, and most people are trading crude oil with, smaller accounts, 1,000, 2,000, or even a few $100s, you cannot over lot size if you want to stay in the game long enough as I have. So again, this is what we talk about inside of our members area. And again, if you have not, had the opportunity to go into our members area, we already have live trainings that are in there for members only. I would encourage you to take a look at that at some point. So again, you have to be able to look at those opportunities and say, okay, because it's very volatile, do I want to risk too heavy of a lot size? So when price here came down, people in my group are saying, well, what's next? I said, well, we're going to wait to see if it goes down towards the next zone. And then we bought from here. We came back up to our original price. So we made money from here to here, and then from here, and we cashed out just a few points above to be able to take additional profits. And that's really how crude oil is done, in my opinion. Okay. So let's get into the analysis now and kind of take a look at crude oil. And then at the end of this video, I am going to look at the higher time frames as well to give you feedback on that. Because right now we're just a little choppy, right? We're between this 79.41 and this 77.43. So what's going to happen for the rest of the day and price action is always the question. Let's jump over to the 1 hour mark and let's kind of take a look at the price action, right? Here are these wicks that were created over the last several hours. Now, here is the one interesting fact on this particular wick. These are even lows, okay? Many times when we have those equal lows, price is going to come down to take out those equal lows. And again, this would be the next area if we take out those equal lows. So not too much is going to change. I think you're going to have some tremendous, and I'm going to get rid of this Fibonacci now, tremendous scalping opportunity based on these current zones that are right here. And I'm going to give you those in just a minute. Okay. So hang on tight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in just a minute and I'm going to give you those zones. Now, what I want to do is I want to kind of go over to the day chart and I want to kind of close this up and I want you to kind of see where we are on the price action. Okay, just kind of take a look with the eye where we are at. You can see here over to the left, right where this white line is at, which is where I have an alert. Okay, you can see my crossing if we're going to continue going down, but we have not yet been able to close below that 77.45. So it's always good to take a look at where we've been, okay, to see kind of where these areas are at. We've had 1, 2, 3, if we close bearish today, 4 straight days, right? And we kind of know that usually what happens even on the day chart, okay, we operate like this, we go up, we come down, we go up, we come down, we go up maybe one more time, then we consolidate, and then we move in the opposite direction, okay? Not always the case, but that's how price action tends to work for the most part, okay? So we had the 1 climb here, we had the 2 climb here. Now we have almost 4 days of bearish. So, that tells me with this 2 wicks right here that even though we may come down again, I'm anticipating a positive day either later today or into tomorrow because the buyers are definitely taking over inside of this wick area right in here. So I think that's so important to look at as well. So as you do your analysis, it's important to look at the shorter time frames, which we are going to do now for possible scalping entries today and into tomorrow. Remember, on Fridays, my trading plan says I do not trade after 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look for something right before market open, or I look for a buy stop, sell stop, a quick 20 to 30 cent profit when that market first opens, and I'm done for the day. So again, having a trading plan is so important, and that's one of the things we're going to be doing in our Diamond members area. We're going to be having everybody write trading plans on a live call, and I'm going to walk everybody through so you can create your own trading plan as well. So again, you can see that link in the video description as well. So let's kind of jump back into crude oil, and I'm going to go all the way down to the 5-minute mark. And I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to go ahead and undo the lines here, because this is the opportunity that you are going to have to look at a possible trade opportunity. Okay, we saw the bounce here, and this is where you have to, where did my arrow go? You have to take a look at the different areas, right? We saw the bounce from here up. We took that yesterday in our group, and now we had the bounce from here. We keep coming down and touching this line, right? So again, something like this could look like this. I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios that you can decide which side of the fence that you want to sit on. And again, a long position towards the bottom of the zone would look something like this, right? Back up to this wick and a very tighter stop loss. Here, you can always say, okay, here, right? And then you can also put in your phone another trade opportunity, which is a short position, meaning a short position here, down back to this target area of the equal lows with a stop above these recent highs. Okay, so this one obviously is not as good a risk to reward. I think if you go here, you might be too tight, but I would something like this. Okay, it's almost a 1-to-1, but at least you can work, both sides of the trade, both on the sell side and also on the buy side as well. So again, some folks in my group talk about hedging. Well, that's a way that you can hedge, but you have to be able to monitor your trade with alerts. When do you want to get out? When do you become profitable on both trades? That takes a little bit of time, but I'm giving you options as what you should look for when it comes to crude oil on the 5-minute mark. And again, these are areas, they're not always going to be precise, right? So again, you can look for scalping opportunities, because the reality is, and I'm going to use it up here, if you can grab, 4 trades a day at 20 points, and oil will give you several trades a day to grab 10 to 20 cents, 20 to 30, whatever, you want to do. I always say 20 because 20 is almost a given, right? You are profiting 80 points a day. Okay, you are profiting 80 points, and this is where my spot check comes in. You are profiting 80 points a day. Okay, and that's so, let me take off this call coming in. You are profiting 80 points a day. Well, even if you're only trading, right, $1 a point, right, that equals, just on crude oil, you have an $80 trading day. And I think that itself, that really should not be dismissed, what I'm showing you here on the screen, right? If you can say, 20 cents cash out, find those opportunities of support and resistance, you will definitely be able to grab at least twice a day. And that's the way you build your small accounts, right? Stop trying to swing trade it for a $2 price change. No, grab 20 cents, 20 cents, 20 cents. I just shared a screenshot in my private group about, my last 2 days of trading crude oil, right? So they can see that you don't need massive lot sizes to generate some nice income on any account size. So again, this is how you can scalp the market over and over. So again, that could be something that you could look to do. And I'll leave this here, okay, as a reference point, right? So again, you have opportunities if you are lucky enough to be right in front of a computer and get right in front of your chart and say, okay, what can I do? Now, right now, we're just consolidating right now. It's about to be close to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, right? So again, when you see this video, these are the two opportunities, because if we close back down here, then what's going to happen is price is going to come back down here, right? If we get a candle to close down in this area, right, then we are going to head back down, okay? And then if we do go to the top side, okay, this is the next area, 79.50 basically, that you have to look at for an area of resistance, okay? So again, I like doing these short little tutorials. Hopefully, maybe you learn something new. If not, it builds your confidence to see what I'm thinking about, because I am a 100% scalper. I very rarely swing trade. Crude oil, I'm a scalper. I have a couple of other pairs that I like to kind of swing trade, for example, gold. But for crude oil, I like to kind of really focus in on 3 to 4 movements a day, right? That give me 20 to 30 cents, and then I'm done for the day, right? And if I only catch 2, I only catch 2. My goal is profits every day, and that's been happening for a long time now. Just knowing the right lot size, knowing support and resistance. If that's all you know, support and resistance, and they're good support and resistance, I can guarantee you, and again, we talk about this in our members group, I can guarantee you, you should be profiting every day on crude oil. Okay? Hey, thank you so much. I hope you got some value. You can definitely help me out by dropping a like below. I would appreciate that. Also, sharing this video with someone else who may want to come in here and learn a little bit more with real people, real humility, humble people who are just trying to either learn this now, they've been doing it for a while, and they're just looking to make a little extra money and eventually maybe even go full time. I think that's everybody's goal eventually, is just to do this full time. Don't quit your job until you have a lot of success in trading, right? A lot of success in trading, so you can self-sustain yourself by replacing the job's income. When you can replace your job's income, then you can consider possibly leaving your place of employment if you decide to do this full-time. But again, you should always follow your passion and do what you love, because that is so, so important. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.